Segment 1. Welcome to the apocalypse. Well, hello America, and welcome back to Klepper's Corner Trump Merica edition. It's June 18th, 2025, or as historians will call it, the day the Earth considered a timeout. Let's dive straight into the big news. Trump has officially turned the Middle East into his own personal Call of Duty lobby. This morning, Israel launched a three-wave fighter jet attack on Tehran, targeting Iran's nuclear sites. That's right. Israel decided diplomacy was for cowards and sent 50 fighter jets to deliver the worst group project feedback ever. They even managed to kill Iran's top general, which, for those keeping count, means the Iranian military is running out of LinkedIn candidates. And Iran, not to be outdone, they fired back with their new hypersonic Fateh 1 missile, named after the sound it makes when it flattens an apartment complex. Tel Aviv lit up like Times Square if Times Square was inside a microwave. Meanwhile, Trump stormed out of the G7 summit faster than Melania at an anniversary dinner, declaring that he was demanding Iran's unconditional surrender, because when you're Trump, subtlety is for losers and war is a branding opportunity. Even floated sending J.D. Vance and Steve Witkoff as special envoys, one a dream team. One guy who once said Trump was like heroin, and another whose diplomatic experience peaked during a real estate lawsuit. Segment 2. I know where the Ayatollah is, I just won't tell you yet. Trump says he has total control of the skies over Iran and knows where the supreme leader is, which is a sentence you'd expect more from a Bond villain than the leader of the free world. He also added, "I could act, but I won't for now." What is this, geopolitical foreplay? Trump is treating nuclear escalation like it's an episode reveal on The Apprentice, Tehran edition. And while the U.S. military shifts aircraft and warships into the region, Iran prepares missiles to potentially strike U.S. bases. All while Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard insists Iran isn't building a nuclear bomb. That's right. Tulsi says no bomb. Trump says, nuh-uh, I got a feeling. Apparently, we're now basing our foreign policy on gut checks and horoscope readings. Segment 3, the human cost, but who's counting? As of today, 24 Israelis are dead. Over 450 Iranians have died since the Israeli airstrikes began. And in Gaza, Israeli tank fire killed 51 Palestinians trying to get aid. This is less a military strategy and more a humanitarian catastrophe set to a dubstep soundtrack of sirens and explosions. Even the death toll in Gaza has hit 55,000 since October 2023. But hey, who needs aid when you can have airstrikes? This war is basically a roulette wheel with civilians strapped to the ball. Segment 4. G7 summit ends. America ghosts Ukraine. And remember the G7 summit? Yeah, neither did Trump. He left early, refusing to meet with Zelensky. Classic move, ghost your Eastern European ally right before prom. The summit couldn't even release a joint statement on Ukraine because of U.S. resistance. Instead, Canada threw some money at the problem and went, we tried. Segment 5, India versus Trump, Operation Sindoor Smackdown. Meanwhile, PM Modi told Trump that India and Pakistan worked out their ceasefire without his help. Ouch. That's like finding out your friend went to therapy without using your podcast. Modi also said Operation Sindoor is paused but not done. So India basically told Trump, thanks for nothing, now please stop pretending you're a peace wizard. Segment 6, the U.S. is fine, totally fine, absolutely fine. Back home, things are just peachy. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act will increase the deficit by $2.8 trillion over the next decade. Don't worry, though, we're making up for it by slicing $1 trillion from health care. Because who needs doctors when you can have debt? And the EPA? It's now the Everything Pollutes Agency. Lee Zeldin is rolling back environmental enforcement so fast, he just got whiplash from deregulating the neck brace industry. And in a move straight out of a dystopian buddy cop movie, 700 troops have been deployed to help ICE round up immigrants in Florida, Texas, and Louisiana. NYC Comptroller Brad Lander was arrested for escorting an immigrant out of court. Next week, Biden arrested for jaywalking. Segment 7, China, Russia, and all the fun Axis energy you can handle. China slammed the G7 for having a Cold War mentality, which is bold coming from a nation stockpiling rare earth minerals like a doomsday prepper with an Excel spreadsheet. Russia stayed quiet on Iran, offered mediation, and sent Shoigu to hang out with Kim Jong-un. Apparently, they're bonding over their mutual love of nukes and violating sanctions. It's like Tinder for tyrants. Segment 8, AI, deforestation, and oh look, the ocean is boiling. Amazon CEO says AI will replace jobs. Great. Now your pink slip will arrive via drone. Meanwhile, the Brazilian Amazon deforestation is up 92% compared to last year, and ocean temps are flirting with hellish hot tub. If Earth had a Yelp review, it would now say 1 star, too humid, constantly on fire. Segment 9, in sports and culture, a nation distracts itself. The Florida Panthers won another Stanley Cup, probably because they realized Canada was distracted. Zach Morris signed with the Rockies. No, not that Zach Morris, but it would still be more fun than our current foreign policy. The NAACP has announced Trump is not welcome at their national convention. Shocking. A man who once told 4 congresswomen of color to go back where they came from is suddenly persona non grata? What took so long? A time machine? Segment 10. Final thoughts. Trump Merica 2025. So what have we learned? The U.S. is careening toward deficit doom. Israel and Iran are playing missile ping pong, and Trump is trying to negotiate world peace with J.D. Vance and a tax bill. Oh, and the planet is dying, but hey, your AI assistant just learned sarcasm. This has been Klepper's Corner. Stay informed, stay sane, and remember, if the eagle starts crying, it's probably just allergic to fascism.
Be cheaper, but now you're crying at the checkout fast. Said I'd be the best, folks, believe me, it's true. Now you're selling your furniture just to buy some stew. Yeah! Ooh, what happened to that? Ooh, I did that. Well, I did that. Groceries high as a cat in a hat. You thought I'd save your cash, but now your bank account is trash. Oh, I did that. You did that. Oh, no. Remember when I told you gas will be so cheap? Now you're crying at the station. Filling up ain't neat. A carton of eggs. Forget about those. Better start investing in some backyard crows. Get a chicken. Blame the Fed, blame the Dems, blame the media too. Blame Hunter, blame windmills, what else can I do? I take no responsibility, that ain't my style. Now let's all pretend this didn't happen for a while. Call, get a chicken. Ooh, well, I did that. Economy's flat like a popped air match. You thought I'd bring relief, now you're cutting coupons like a thief. Oh, I did that. Yeah, he did that. Ooh, Listen, folks, listen. I never said prices would drop. I just said eventually, maybe by 2053. And hey, windmills, folks, you know they're to blame, right? Windmills and Nancy Pelosi. That means he ain't got one. Ooh, Listen, folks, listen. I never said prices would drop. I just said eventually, maybe by 2053. And hey, windmills, folks, you know they're to blame, right? Windmills and Nancy Pelosi. So if you're feeling hopeless, if your wallet is tight, just re-elect me, baby, and I'll make things right. Sure, last time I failed, but let's not dwell, 'cause this time my plan is, that means he ain't got one. Ooh, some say it's the markets, some say it's a trend. I say just trust me, 'cause I'm your best friend.